The Bath of Aphrodite. One spring morning, long ago, in distant Cyprus, the nymphs and dryads of the forest awoke with a feeling of surprise. This morning was different. It was cooler and more fragrant. The light was clearer and the earth was greener. The sky was bluer and the flowers were more thickly strewn and beautiful. The birds and the beasts seemed happier. What could be happening? The mystery was soon solved. A new goddess had sprung from the waves and set foot upon the island. She was the goddess of beauty and love, the daughter of Uranus, the peerlessly lovely Aphrodite. How had all this come about? Listen. When Uranus, the lord of gods and men, was wounded with a sickle by the treacherous Cronus and lost his throne, a small piece of his flesh fell into the sea of the island of Cythera. On the spot where it had dropped, a small patch of foam formed. It grew and grew until suddenly from the midst of the snow-white mass a girl sprang. This was Aphrodite, the daughter of Uranus, and the foam and the fairest creature, mortal over mortal, ever to appear upon this earth. At the sight of so lovely goddess, the sea swelled with joy, and the fish jumped into the foam to delight her. Seabirds brought a great shell, like a chariot, and the goddess seated herself upon it. With a fluttering of countless wings and harsh shrieks of joy, the gulls drew the sea-borne chariot across the waves to Cyprus. When the goddess set foot upon the island, all nature rejoiced. As she passed by, fragrant flowers of many hues sprang up, and a carpet of cool green appeared beneath her feet, whilst overhead the birds sang cheerfully. The hours and the graces came at once to welcome and to tend her. They dressed the lovely goddess in a shining robe. They combed her golden hair until it was even more beautiful than before. And on her brow they placed a golden diadem decked with fragrant violets. They fastened sparkling earrings upon her ears and adorned her neck with their own golden necklaces, whilst her lovely hands they decorated with glittering rings and bracelets. And thus the fairest girl and goddess ever born was adorned with the world's most beautiful jewels, and by the hands most worthy to perform the task. The radiance of loveliness transformed the world. Now the sun shone brighter, and the birds sang more sweetly. The wild creatures of the forest would await her passing and gambol joyfully around her. Aphrodite walked proudly through a rejoicing nature, exulting in the power bestowed upon her by her grace and beauty. As yet the other gods had not set eyes upon her, but soon the hours and the graces set her lovely girl upon a billowy cloud and carried her swiftly to Olympus. So great were the impression of her beauty made upon the Olympians that it seemed as if blindness had dimmed their eyes. They soon realized who she was and asked them to embrace her. The charm of the goddess of beauty was irresistible. Everybody wanted to talk with her and enjoy her delightful company. And she would reply gracefully, gracefully, her queenly face glowing with happiness, and her sweet words now accompanied by a charming smile, now by a captivating gesture, and now by a look which held her listener enthralled. Aphrodite was queen of eternal beauty and goddess of love, and from the towering heights of Olympus she ruled over the arts of man. Helped by her little son, winged Eros, who was armed with a bow whose arrows never missed their mark, she dealt men both sorrow and joy, happiness and bitter disappointments. The gods too were often smitten by Aphrodite's shafts, for there was no one, mortal or immortal, who could resist the power of the Cyprian goddess, as she is sometimes called. Aphrodite protected all those who know the meaning of true love, and of all living creatures she loved doves, beasts. For these birds couple as soon as they are born, and their love endures until death.